In this video, we go all in twice with ace queen, then pocket eights right there. Voids here, back with another video, episode 23 of the bankroll challenge. Today, our starting bankroll is 138.26. Playing some NL2, buying for our typical 4 chips, putting our current bankroll up there in the top right after buying at 134.26. Let's just say this one was an absolutely bloody one. Didn't make the best decisions, but we're getting into it. First hand of the night, I have Queen 9 of clubs in the cutoff. I raise up to 0.06 chips since it makes its way around to me. Button folds, small blind puts in the call. And now we're waiting on the big blind to ultimately decide what to do. I'm hoping he folds, so obviously Queen 9's not the best starting hand, but he does fold, which makes it a lot easier. Now, the Fox will come 9, King 6 with 2 clubs. I obviously have a 9 in my hand, so I have second pair, third best kicker. And since he checks it to me, I'm going to take a stab at this, throwing a bet of 0.07 chips. Hopefully, take this down right away. Obviously, I don't want to see any other cards right here. But now he puts in the call with the 4 diamonds. I don't really think he should have any 4s, 6, or 6s in his range. So I'm going to go pretty large right here, given the size of the pot. I'm going to go 0.14 chips right here. Hopefully, just take it down. He quickly calls again. So he might have a king at this point. And I might just be shoving chips in the pot for no reason, but now he decides to lead out with the 2 spades on the turn, and he goes pretty big. I'm just gonna fold. I'm not that curious to see what he has. I just want to check his stats, and he puts a lot of chips in the middle. So maybe that wasn't the best fold, but like I said, he could easily have a king in his situation in his position. So we lose our first pot of the night. Not the best, given just the sorry hand, the strength of it wasn't the greatest. But now we're gonna move on right here. I got 10-8 clubs. It works its way around to me again, so I'm gonna put in the raise. It's not a suited connector, but it's close enough. I put in the raise to 0.06 chips. The clock gets out of the way. Now we're hoping the button gets out of the way, but he actually decides to 3-bet me to 0.18 chips. I'm gonna fold that one as well. But now we are in the under the gun position. I raise it up to 0.06 chips. Hopefully this one we win. I don't really like going 0-2 to start the video. I want to see if I can get in and get the momentum going. But we're gonna go multi-ways to flop on this one, as you always do, playing on this website. 4 ways to be exact. The flop's gonna come ace 10 8. So obviously I don't love it. But I'm gonna see if I can take a stab right here. Hopefully take it down right here. Maybe they don't have a ace in their hand. So I go pretty large to 0.12 chips given the size of the pot. We get 2 callers, which I don't love. Now with the 4 of clubs comes on the board, I think I might just slow down and check this over one with, because they could easily have 10s, and I just don't really want to bet into any 10s, any aces, and stuff like that. And sure enough, they go put in a bet for 0.21 chips, and the other guy shoves all in. One of the easiest folds of my life. I'm guessing either they have someone has exactly ace 10, or maybe they have some type of jacks potentially, even though they should 3-bet jacks or something like that. Maybe they have some clubs in their hands or spade draws in their hands. This guy thinks about it for a while, and then he eventually decides to put in the call. Sorry, I'm spoiling this for you guys for a little bit, but he does put in the call. He just takes his whole time thinking. I guess he was slow running because he had ace jack, so he had 3 of a kind, so he was just dominating the whole way. But we're moving on right here. I got pocket sixes again in the button. I'm gonna raise it up right here to 0.06 chips, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe I can take this one down pre-flop. I would like, because like I said, I want to see one go in. We're 0 for 3 so far. We gotta get our batting average up, and we do. We take this one down pre-flop. Obviously, not the biggest win, but seeing one goes in, it's one of the main things. And as you guys could also see real quick, I also was able to change my handle right there to Voids Poker. So if you guys ever see me in the lobby, yeah, I'm actually Voids Poker, not Voids125 like before. I also changed the avatar. I changed the avatar because I'm kind of superstitious when it comes to like stuff like this, but I'm in the button right here. I look down at ace jack. I go pretty large to 0.12 chips. Get 3 callers. I went large because I just want to represent that I have a strong hand. Like I said, I haven't won anything yet. But the flop's gonna come 2 king jack, so I flop Second pair, best kicker. I go pretty large at 0.20 chips, and we take that one down as well. And now we're gonna look on to our next hand, which is Ace Jack again. Honestly, when I was recording it, I thought I accidentally put this clip in twice, but no, exact same hand right after. Pretty crazy. We're multi ways to flop a deuce 6-9 with two clubs. Obviously, I have the ace of clubs in my hand. Let's say he's gonna check around. I'm gonna put in some more chips right here, 0.10, and let's say we get the guy to my left to fold, so that's good so far. We're gonna get at least one caller right here, which I don't love. I'm just sitting here with ace high. And now the turn gives us a 10 of diamonds. Obviously, there's no straight draws on the board. There's a flush draw on the board, but I don't really think that's going to come into play right here. I'm going to go pretty big. I'm going to go half pot right here. I'm going to charge them if they do have any type of flush draws. The guy puts in his remaining stack. The other guy folds, and the other guy have 5 threes. So with 5 high, so I take down another hand with ace jack right there. So slowly but surely, we won a couple of pots right there. We're just above our even mark so far, so I can't really complain. But I'm looking at King Jack right here. The person behind puts in a raise who 0.08 chips. I'm gonna put in the call. The cutoff is gonna put in the call as well. Now the button also puts on the call, so it seems like almost so tables in the put in the call it looked like, but we go 4 ways to the flop, so half the table of 5, 6, 10. He goes large right there. I'm just gonna fold that one out. I don't really like the way King Jack will play right there, so I'm gonna fold that one before it gets too scary. But next, I'm looking at Ace 10 clubs right here. I'm gonna put in the call. Flop's gonna come 8, 10, 6. I'm not gonna lie, guys. After this hand is where the spiral began, as you guys will see. The guy goes pretty large to 0.26 chips. I'm one away from the nut flush. I also have top pair on the board until the jack of diamonds comes on the turn. And he goes big again. So really charging me right here to see an extra card. I gonna land up and putting the call reluctantly. As you see, I couldn't move my mouse any faster. And we don't hit anything on the board. We're sitting here with a pair of tens. He goes large again, about a half a chip, and I just don't like it. I don't think my 10 is ever good here. I fold. I don't know if that was a smart fold. I really want to see his hand, but like I'm gonna try to stop doing the card reveal so much. It does eat into your profit if you do that, especially often. So yeah, that was the beginning, the end. That was a spiral. As I punted off like almost half the stack that I have. Not the best, just hunting for one card. So not the greatest, but we're gonna move on. I'm gonna call off with pocket sevens. 3 ways to the flop of 2, 4, 5. So I should be ahead on this flop unless someone's playing like a ace 5, ace 4, or something like that. Maybe an ace 3, but not too worried about them having that kind of holding when they check it over to me. I'm gonna go kind of big. Obviously, my sevens needs protection from different streets, even though I hold top pair in the hand. I go 0.14 chips. The guy on my left calls, which I do not love. I was hoping to take it down right there. And exactly what I didn't want to see actually comes on the turn, which is a jack. I didn't want to see any higher cards. He checks it over to me again. And I'm just going to have to start firing if I want to take this down. I think I go 0.20 chips, which is the third pot, and we take it down. Thankfully, we won that one. That was gonna get scary because I was gonna have to bluff the river. I really didn't want to. And for my least favorite hand of the at least the last couple months, Ace Queen right here. I'm in the undergun position. Obviously, I'm the first one to raise it up to 0.08 chips. Looks like we're gonna get multi callers as you always do. When the co-op puts in the call, the button folds, and now this guy right here, he's gonna put in the call, I believe. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead just a little bit, but I believe he does put in the call. But yeah, like I said, oh, he actually three bets me. Yikes! 2.32 chips. I'm just curious what he has, and I'm gonna put in the call. I was thinking maybe I should re-raise it, but I'm just gonna put in the call. The flop's gonna come 7-3 deuce. So I hit absolutely nothing on this flop. I'm in a horrible position. Like I said, Ace Queen is one of my least favorite hands. I just feel like I never connect on this. He bets again, and right here I just feel like I'm just gonna shove all in. Hopefully scare him off, and he quickly snaps with pocket tens. Please, run out one time good for me. And could you guess, I hit absolutely nothing on this one. I just had to rebuy right here for my typical 2 chips after. So after my rebuy, I'm looking down at ace queen again. At least it's suited this time. I kind of just want to fold it, to be honest with you. I just don't want to play ace queens ever again. But I know that's not the smartest thing to do. It's just what I want to do when I see ace queen. The guy's gonna bet behind me. He's gonna put in the raise, and it's ace queen suited. I'm still gonna play how I usually would play this. I put in the 3 bet. He puts in the call, at least for heads up this time. But I hit absolutely nothing on the flop, as I always do. 2 9 3. I hit jack all. I'm gonna go pretty large right here. Hopefully just to get him to fold, and he quickly puts in the call. Don't love to see it. Now the 9 of spades pairs the board. And usually I will go like half pot right here, to be honest with you, especially if I'm trying to bluff him off. But it's giving out a short stack. I changed my play style. I only went a quarter pot. He quickly calls again, which I do not love. I'm guessing he has a pair. He checks the 6 on the river. I check it back, and he had ace king, so I was completely dominated, just looking for a one kind of out, and not the best results. Like I said, this is a very very bloody. I just feel like it's a losing compilation, to be honest with you, but. Maybe it's the hands I'm playing like right here. I'm playing ace four suited, even though I love my ace four, my ace suited. Ace four is kind of not the greatest. I'm gonna raise it up to 0.8 chips. Just hoping I can get them to fold. At least not if they don't fold pre-flop. Maybe I can get them a post flop when the flop is 7 9 king. So I go kind of large given the pot. We get one person to fold, and the other guy puts in the call, which I don't love. He easily have kings in his hand or a king in his hand, stuff like that. And now with the 4 on the turn gives me a whole pair. Oh boy! And now I'm just gonna slow down and check it over to him. He puts in the raise. I'm obviously gonna fold this one. I also changed my playstyle a little bit just because I was short stack. I don't really want to lose it all in a couple of hands. I wanted to be able to pick my spots wisely. And right here, we're already at the flop of 9 3 ace. I'm sorry. I put in a raise of 0.03 chips. Usually I won't put, but the stack of the pot was very small, so that's what I did. Hopefully get him down. I do have a 2 pair, so I'm trying to slowly like put some chips in the middle, enough for the call, and I go for a 0.08 chip raise right here on the turn of an 8 of diamonds. Obviously, I have my 2 pair right here. And I'm just hoping he puts in the call, which he absolutely does. But obviously, I hate seeing this right here, the Queen of Hearts. Obviously, he had a heart draw. He just got there, but I don't think he does. He may have a queen. I go kind of big again. Hopefully, he puts in the call. He does with ace 6. So I think my sizing on those flop turn rivers were perfect. Maybe it just seemed like I was looking for something. I didn't connect. So good sizing by me. I got pay max value right there. Next, I'm looking at suit connector 4 5 of spades. I put in the raise in the under gun +1 position to 0.06 chips. We get at least a couple callers right here, especially the person right next to me act, and we go forwards to the flop of 4 deuce deuce. So I flop top pair on this board, and I don't even want to say what kind of kicker I got. Pretty bad kicker. But I obviously had top pair, and I'm gonna go pretty large. I should be ahead at this point. Hopefully, you take it down with my pair of fours. You get 2 people full, which is pretty nice. And now, with 1% call the 9 of hearts. Obviously, I don't love it. I'm not gonna love any card on this board unless it's a 4 or 5. But I'm gonna represent that I have something good. I'm gonna go pretty large at a 0.40 bet right there, and I take that one down. So, like I said, I'm trying to pick and choose my spots so carefully, but this session was just something else. It's pretty annoying, to be honest with you. My head wasn't in the game. As you can see right there, I folded Queen 10. Usually I'll play that one, but given I was so short stack, I didn't even want to get involved with that hand. But after that one, it was a limp pot. I had 2 5 in the big blind, so I'm obviously gonna play it. The flop comes 2 5 4, so I put in a raise. I have 2 pair, obviously. Now with the 4 on the turn, pairs the board, so I kind of just have 1 pair now. I'm gonna bet 0.10 chips. Hopefully, I can take this down right here. Obviously, I don't want to say any card, especially any bribery card. They might have bribery cards in their ranges, and obviously, they will take down the pot with that. And that's exactly what we see with the Jack of Diamonds right here. I'm gonna go big right here. Screw it. I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna go full pot. If he calls, he calls. Hopefully he has something just like ace high, king queen, something like that. And we take it down with 2-5 in the limp pot. Sorry I missed the first part, but I didn't think I was gonna play that hand anyways. But after this one, we're looking at our final hand tonight, our final feature hand tonight. I see people go all in pre-flop, so I'm gonna try it. I was, like I said, I was pretty annoyed this session. I was just kind of tired of it. I wasn't really thinking in my head. I'm just saying, screw it, let's run it. Hopefully they have ace king, ace queen, something like that, where it's a 50-50 flip. This guy cold calls, which is pretty scary. If he cold calls, he's probably okay seeing a flop, so I don't really necessarily want that. But he had pocket nines, so I was dominant the whole way. I thought I could be ahead, and the runout's not good for me either. And we lose that one, and that's the end of our run for tonight.
I'll just subtract it from today's profit. And there's no money in here.
So that is by far our worst session of the entire series. I lost both buy-ins. We came in today with a whopping 138.26. Obviously, we lost both our buy-ins, leaving us a new total bankroll at 130.26. Leaving our session result as a negative 6 whole chips. Obviously not the best. Hopefully you guys made it to the end of this video. I know it was a losing compilation, but I want to be real and authentic with you guys. Show that it's okay to lose multiple stacks in one session. You can't always win. Like I said, I want to be real and authentic. Show the ups and downs and lows and highs of this series and follow along this journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you on the next one.